Okay, I finally finished my experiment. This one, doing magic at the scale of a city. I did magic at the scale of park, houses and many things, but scale of an entire city and a big one, which is Izumo in Japan. Never did that, and I finished the experiment and it worked. So I finished this quest, which gave me the next quest. I'm spoiling it here, but whatever, this is not the subject of this video. And yeah, what you will see in this video are miracles that would be beyond understanding if I didn't do all of this work before and explaining all of the science behind that. But I clearly started to control the elements at some point, and channeling lightning at some point also, which was the peak of the experiment. And I guess you can only see that in anime or sci-fi movies. So yeah, here this is the reality, and you will see what happened. So if you remember correctly, the last video, the last quest, I explained you to choose how to choose your equipment. So yeah, this life is a video game. I won't explain everything here. You can go on my channel to see the video. But this is the next part of this. So right now we are in the competition mode. Competition mode of the video game. This game is based on the Kabbalah tree. So here all the folders are the 11 Sephiroth of the Kabbalah tree. So that helps me to do magic with my phone, with technology. So mixing magic with technology, and this time mixing magic with elements of nature and the earth and many more things. It was actually crazy. And you will see how many things we can do, how much power a human being can have just because he has a phone. And this is the goal of what I'm doing in my experiment. This is what I want to show. This is the example I want to make. And so we made the first example where I just explain what is the equipment you must choose if you do the most simplest thing. So equipment means you choose all the Sephiroth, what you put inside, and here just making a video online. This is the basic step. After that I explained that you can also mix it with the co-op mode. So the co-op mode here, the 6 Sephiroth, and once you mix it here, I explained, so in this video, this was the last one, and I made another one also. I explained that you can mix not only the magic on your phone and website or what is present here, but also the magic of many other game rooms, so many other websites or many other applications or whatever. And I said that, okay, so for example, I can mix my magic with the magic of another website, no matter what it is, if it can match with Sephiroth. But at this stage I already made the link with everything, so it can match anything. But yeah, if it can link with the same Kabbalistic rules and also with other apps. And I made the link. I explained already how I made the links with the application squares, the square geometry on the screen, and the elements. So I think this video I will put it here. So maps is the fourth Sephira, and this is where the elementals are present. So all of those are spirits that I consecrated with this experiment. And I guess I'm the only person in the world to have made the link with Daoism and Kabbalah, and not only Daoism but even more, but the elements. And so once you link the elements, that means you can link your magic and technology with nature and do very crazy stuff that I think most people will not believe. But okay, so that's it. Now in each element I finally can put, there was nothing there, but I will explain that later. But I mapped my I mapped the map. Okay, whatever. So I made the link with all of this, and also it makes the link with different geometries, the square and the Kabbalah tree. So this square makes the links with the Kabbalah tree, which is not the same geometry, so it's pretty annoying if you want to do magic with a phone, because the phone is not built for Kabbalah tree, but I built it. So Now anyone can use Kabbalistic powers, wisdom, light, anything, mixed with technology. That's like that. And now nature and a lot of more things. So we come to the subject of resonant map, because all of those Kabbalah trees, all of those things that I mix together, I can build them in resonance, I can put them next to each other, and it builds a power, like in Feng Shui I explained already. So I build the resonant map here, and this is what I will use during all the experiment. So all my Sephirot, all my Kabbalah trees, I put them in resonance, just like in Feng Shui, and now I have the elements that I can put in resonance, and skills. So the skills I also have put them in the Kabbalah tree, I won't explain here, and many other things, which means I could do on the map, this was the experiment I was doing, I could find on the map of the city I was which part of the map, and I will use shrines. I'm in Japan, so I will use shrine because there is even more power. Those are power spots and stuff that has been consecrated by Japanese people since millennials, so I guess I can use it, it's even more powerful. And I was supposed to find which part I would choose pretty arbitrarily, but you will understand how I did it, which part of the maps or which shrine was corresponding to which element, and make them resonate with some skills that I also built myself long time ago, but there are tons of skills, and I make them resonate, and this gives me what? Rituals. So I've unlocked the ritual skills as well, because if you go to a shrine or a temple, there are rituals. You must do certain things that you don't even know. So in shrines, the basic thing is, and also before continuing this video, I will just pay respect, a lot of respect to all the, I don't know, Japanese land, Japanese people, and all the gods that participated to this experiment, because clearly I was not alone in this experiment. You will understand what I'm talking about after, but it was such a series of miracles that are beyond my own power. But you can play with it. Cooperate. So this is the co-op mode. So this is exactly the subject. Yeah. So that's it for the respect. And for example, I was thinking about this because in shrines, for example, you have a ritual which is simple. Some things have been built so that you can put your money inside. Okay, you put piece of money and you do 2 bow and 3 claps, so like this, and something happens. Okay, it's supposed to happen, but it really happens. So this is a ritual, but it cannot link with me because I don't even know what am I doing. I'm not a priest, a Japanese priest, and they don't even say what it's supposed to do. But because I have my own skills, so those are different algorithms that I have linked to technology and my own body. So it's integrated both inside of me and my phone, and so I can just, if I can link the shrines with element, I can also link them with my own skill, because this is a resonant table of Kabbalah trees, and if I can do that, I have my own rituals. So I will mix the Japanese rituals with mine, and which will make me do a very big consecration process on the entire city and ritual. So something like that. So this is what I realized, and this is the resonant table I will use during all the experiments that I will show you. I will show you the video in live. I won't only talk like that. All the videos have been posted already, so I showed the small video have been posted already, and I will show them here again. So like that. So like I said, yeah, now we are in the co-op mode, and in the co-op mode, yeah, you can use other game rooms. This is the principle, you cooperate with other game room, and this is what I'm gonna do now, and I'm gonna show how advanced the games, the magical games, the techno-magical game, Techno-magic can be. It can be insane. So now let's go to my gallery and you will understand. So I made a folder Izumo to sum up my trip and everything I did. There are 10 Sephiroth for the 10 folders for the 10 Sephiroth, the 10 shrine I made that I linked to the 10 Sephiroth, which made me do a big consecration process on the entire city. And one more, so the 11th one, which is not a Sephiroth, just the introduction, where I will talk a little bit more about what's behind this trip, because yeah, I need to. So, Izumo, you can check on maps where it is, but maybe I can open maps. No, because I think I'm using it for something else. Yeah. So I want okay, maybe I can do like this. So Izumo here. So in Japan, I struggled. It was so this experiment, actually it comes from a lot of work. I won't go into details here, but it was 2 years ago, or 2 or 3 years ago now, I found a book using telepathy in Japan. I found a random book. I don't even speak, I can't even read Japanese, but I found it in a random library, purely by chance. And it showed me so many secrets. I mean, I talk a little bit about this on my website, but anyway, one of the things, it was talking about how the power spot of Japan, and there are a lot, and the shrines, there are no other country like that. So many shrines. It's like, I think there are maybe, I don't know, maybe 70,000 shrines. It's insane. There's not 70,000 church in any country. It's not like that. So Japanese people have mapped the entire country, and with deep history, deep rituals, deep stuff. So it's really, really crazy, and it's still up to date. They're still using it, and it's crazy. So anyway, 2 or 3 years ago, I don't remember, I went to Ise, so I think it's around here. I went to Ise, and many miracles happened, and I learned a lot about what's the secret behind those shrines. And in Japan, there are ley lines, famous ley lines of the earth crossing here, and this is why this country has a lot of earthquakes. And for the reasons, doesn't matter the theory behind this. The only thing I know is that there are power spots for sure, because when I go to those spots, it's crazy. So Ise Shrine last time clearly enlightened me. This is a very, very powerful spot. I got many miracles, but this will be the subject of maybe another story. I don't know when, maybe never. But well, I knew after this trip I had to come back, because so many things were not making sense, and I found out during this trip I had a lot of faith, because well, this moment of my life was not the easiest one, and it asked me for so much willpower and discipline to find everything I talk about, because I did it. I needed to commit first and have faith that I could find the link between the Kabbalah 3, like I was saying before. The link between the Kabbalah 3 and the squares and Daoism and elements. I did this while I came to Japan, and I didn't even know what I'm gonna do here, and I basically left everything behind, all my past behind. And yes, so it was pretty hard decision. I need a lot of faith, but I guess I did it. So I made all this work when I was in Tokyo, and I got many tests here, and many things happened. Eventually, here, around here on the map, I find out about Izumo, and I find out that with a lot of luck that Izumo is on the same ley line as Ise, and it was at the same moment I was really stressed about where I'm going to go, and because everything is very expensive and stuff, and what I'm gonna do, I don't know. And on that same day, I have a video that talks about that, and another book that, anyway, the book I bought before was also talking about this on a screenshot I made, and that I never read again. But on this screenshot, there was written Izumo, and it's linked to Ise, is the same ley lines apparently. And well, I decided to went there because the synchronicity was so enormous, and so another miracle. And wow, as soon as I get there, the energy is not lying. As soon as I get there, I go into a little hotel not far from there, not directly in Izumo, but it's still on the ley line and in the mountain. And apparently Izumo is the opposite energy of Ise Shrine, and Izumo is a place where the gods are reuniting every year to decide of the fate of humanity. Alright, this is the story, and so very interesting stuff. So basically, if you're there, you're with all the gods of Japan, at least. Maybe even humanity, we don't know. But anyway, very interesting. And as soon as I get there, first of all, it starts snowing, and a lot, and my energy is really ecstatic. I'm so happy to be there, and I can feel it's not because of me, it's because of me, yes, but also because of the place. The place is clearly high energy place, and the miracle was so big because I just found a very luxurious hotel for very cheap price. And the day I leave the hotel, I'm like, oh, maybe I will stay there because it's so amazing. But no, the price doubled. The price changed, the price doubled. And it was only for my length of stay. And can you imagine, I booked the place just the day before. You cannot do that in countries like Japan. You cannot do that. Because everything is expensive. But there, very cheap price, luxurious hotel. I think 3 or 4 stars, but so amazing. And cheap price. And everything was cheap. Actually, I cannot explain that, but it was clearly a miracle because this hotel was not available after. I mean, I got so many miracles. So this is the video. I don't think I will put this video, but I basically explain. I was so amazed by everything they have. They give you the streets. They have so many tools. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. They even.
I didn't even know that this could exist.
Yeah, lame.
They have a steamer.
Yeah, a steamer.
A steamer. You need to put water. I don't even know. What is all of this? Of course, the toilets. Amazing everywhere. Everyone has this. Even the smallest Airbnb has this. And this room, I didn't pay it so expensive. It's crazy. Didn't pay so expensive. It's clearly luxury. It's not so big, but I don't need more. Given all the Airbnb I've done, like this is clearly luxury. And I'm in a perfect nature place, hidden nature place. It's crazy.
Yeah, so like this, I don't have anything more to say. And I stayed a few days there. Stayed a few days there, and the miracle started to happen. So first of all, yeah, they had price on the food. Everything was cheap. Everything was so perfectly made. I don't know, and clearly I didn't feel like I was alone in this place. Clearly I was blessed by many things, many powers and forces, and it started snowing and stuff. Okay, then after 3 or 4 days, I don't know, I go to Izumo Teisha, the biggest shrine. Oh no, not this one. To Izumo Teisha, the biggest shrine. Yeah, I didn't even take a picture this date. I was so amazed. I didn't even. It was weird because in Izumo Teisha, I forget every time to take a picture. I'm so absorbed by the energy, and I know I have to do it for the experiment because I'm using pictures to do magic, and even social networks, and even this video to do magic. So it's necessary for the experiment. But anyway, so yeah, I found everything so beautiful. I was so amazed. It's actually crazy. Yeah, and yeah, I was happy to find the link between hexagons and pentagons. I never made this link. So anyway, so everything was so amazing. After I go to this shrine, yeah, still little picture. This is the beginning of the entrance. After I went to this shrine, I had my legs that hurt a lot. I think I worked for maybe 4 hours this day, but I only worked 2 hours and I'm doing sport, so I don't know how I got hurt. But this was clearly a message that will be solved later. I will understand the message later. But my legs were completely off. My 2 legs, I had to come back. I didn't know. And the best to come back this day was off. Another sign. I had to work for 4 hours, and the 2 last hours at least, my legs were not really working. I had to work so slow. I don't know. Yeah, it was a bit scary, but anyway, I'm a warrior, so that works. And it's still hurting a bit, but not that much anymore, because I finished the experiment and I understood the lesson. But yeah, and I go to this shrine, and the first thing that happened, where I'm sure something's happening, that when I do the prayer in front of the shrine, I got message into the crown and a lot of chi and energy into the crown, and I know I can hear something also. I know I connected to the gods of this shrine, and something is clearly happening. And and I draw Omikuji. Not the interesting one. It was just like, okay, keep going, keep doing the effort. Yeah. Then I decided to take a new hotel, but directly in Izumo this time, to do my experiment because I was far away. I just tasted the water, and as soon as I come, I understood something about money. Is that money is a tool of commitment, and then when I put some money in some coins in the box of the shrines, it's a commitment. I don't need to, like, it works as a commitment into the matter. So in Kabbalah you have to go through all the phases, from the crown to the root, to the earth, to the matter, to manifest something. But putting a coin into a box is already manifestation. It's already commitment into the matter. Why? Because anything can be commitment. It's just what you decide, and any rituals actually commit into the matter, but on such a higher energetic level that you don't understand it. But I reached those higher levels, which made me understand how you can do such high vibration manifestation or rituals or whatever. So as soon as I put the first coin into the bus, because you need to pay the bus, there is an earthquake. Like there were no any earthquake since I came in Japan. I came to as soon as I come into the city, there are earthquake, and a lot of earthquake actually. Or I think for a few hours, maybe, yeah, the rest of the day, earthquakes like that. And I saw the girl at the reception of my hotel was so scared. I think she was hiding into the toilets or something like that. So I thought there was nobody, but whatever. But me, I was so happy. I knew it was just manifestation. So whatever, the strange thing started to happen. And yeah, after that I had to commit to my experiment, because my experiment is such a crazy thing. It asks for a lot of commitment, energy, and willpower. So the next day I go to, this is where I start to understand, because the next day I go to an exposition, very beautiful one. I think I should put the link of the well, you can see the name of the artist. And I don't know how people can do such a precise art. It's crazy. I don't know, but I love this. It's like retro futurist stuff. This is the name of his art, and it is wonderful. And they were filming something when I came. There was nobody. It was so beautiful. Look at that, so beautiful. Anyway, and at this moment, I see the elements start to respond to me in a very big way. This is what I explained in this video. I don't know if I will put the small video, but basically I explained that weird things were happening with the rain. Okay, maybe I will put the video.
Just here, because has been multiple times now I got weather miracles. Okay, no sun now, but it was snowing. Like literally 1 minute ago it was snowing like crazy, and there is nothing. just like I asked for it, and there is nothing anymore. And actually, it's not the first time. I got many miracles like that with the sun, with the rain. Like right now, I'm going to an exposition where I saw the flyer in the street, in a random street yesterday, and it looked good, so I wanted to go to it. I was looking for an activity, and Izumo there is not many things, and it popped on me, and as soon as I look at the flyer, there is a rain falling on me, and literally just on me. You could see the cars just at this distance. There was no rain on them. It was actually crazy. As soon as I take picture of the flyer and go away, and take my route back, the rain stopped. And the sun also, when I asked about the sun.
Yeah, so basically I explained how the elements respond to me, and yeah, this episode about the rain, there were many like that. And I went to the museum, to the exposition, and the snow started again. I went out of the exposition, the snow stopped. I went inside the station, the snow started again. It was like that. And yeah, I could not film everything during this experiment. I filmed the moment I was at the shrines and the moment I got revelations. But actually so many things happen, it's impossible to film everything. But so yeah, a few days later I just decided to start the experiment. I don't know exactly, I stopped thinking honestly. I'm like, okay, I will just do it. And so the idea is that everything is in your mind. Even the city is in your mind. So because the city is in your mind, you have control over it. Because the earth is in your mind. This is level 1 teachings. Because the earth is in your mind, everything is in your mind. You have control over it. So it's not only because Jesus said it, it's just logic. Everything is in your mind. So you can see the level 1 quest to understand that. But so through some level of consciousness, at some point in your evolution as a spirit, you should have control over it. Just like I have control over my hands, I can have control through different ways over some other things. Why not? So why not an entire city? Because and you will see, yeah, you will see the resonance with the god, the main god of this process, of this ritual, was exactly about this. Actually, it was crazy to see how well it was matching with what I'm just going to say now. Yeah, so why not entire city? Because I already saw how I can have control over elements in a small place and small stuff like that. But entire city I never did. Entire city is then, this process is like, then why not an entire country? Why not the entire world? Is like, and this is also how it opened my mind up to the next quest, which is, oh, I need people, I need nakamas, because and that's why my leg was hurting so much, is because I'm acting and working so hard by myself. It's like, if I just had 9 other people doing the thing with me, it would be, nobody will have to work, and we will have the same result and in tenfold time. Here, once again, it's only my small body. So, and you will see the miracles already with my own body. So, can you imagine multiple people? We all know the miracles it can do. So, yeah. I don't remember what I was saying. What was I saying? But yeah, whatever. So you can do that as a scale of an entire city, and this is what yeah, I started to do. I stopped thinking, and the rule is that the process I found, it was something I found already in other cities. I found that I could be telepathic in any environment and see through my own subconscious if I enter in trance or do some process in any environment, even in a commercial center, anywhere. I can get information from the collective consciousness, which can be the commercial center or anything, and know things about the place. And in my own way, I'm not at such an advanced level that I can know, I don't know, but in my own way I can. So, and basically because everything is in your own mind, yeah, this is what I was saying, because everything is in your own mind, then you can choose any place in the city, any place in the world, and project something onto it. This is a level 4 stuff, but project something onto it, and your subconscious, if you commit to it into the matter, so through some process that, like I was saying earlier, if you commit to it, to this projection into the matter, so for example, I will choose a shrine and project to it 1 Sephiroth, project onto it 1 Sephiroth, of the Kabbalah 3. If I commit to it into the matter, my subconscious will integrate it, which means now when I will dream or when I will enter into trance into this place, I'm connected to this energy, this place is connected to this energy. And we have a connection point where this place can now talk to me through my subconscious. This is telepathy, because we have a connection point now through commitment. So many principles merging together here, but this is pretty advanced stuff. I'm not doing a easy experiment, but this is funny just to see and to explain. So because it's like this, I could choose any place by instinct, intuition. I could choose any place, and there are 2 ways to do this. Either me, I'm projecting the Sephira I want onto the place, or I go to the place first and the place will tell me to which Sephira in resonance is corresponding. So this is where there is a resonance table entering into play, because so I will go to a place and the place will tell me through some process through which element is corresponding, which Sephira it is the closest, through communication. And so I can map the city now. This is what I did. Or there is another way you can project. So this is a cooperation. This is cooperation. You remember we are in the co-op mode, and I cooperating with game rooms, which are shrines or whatever, or the city even can be a game room. And it's cooperation, it's communication. It's not me who decides, or the shrine who decides, or the gods who decide. It's just communication, cooperation. So first I decide something, then there is, it's exchange really. And it's quantum exchange, it happens in the present, so you have to first commit to it, you have to first go there and not think, and just have faith and trust and pray, and communication should happen, because it can only happen in a quantum way, especially since it is in spirit. At such a high level of vibration, it's only quantum, so this is how I start.
Okay, so I rent a bike and we'll go to some shrines, and this will be my game day. We go to some shrines, very powerful shrines here, got many miracles, and try to make them match with the resonant map. So this map, I try to make them match with a skill and try to do some magic. I don't know what I will do, I just flow.
Yeah, so as I said, and at this moment it was pretty stressful, because the bike, I know I will have to do at least 2, 3 or 4 hours of bike, and my legs were already hurting, but it was not the same muscle, so I was lucky it's not the same muscle, so it didn't hurt that much. It hurt, but other muscles. So I could do it, and I came back actually, well, you will see after, but I came back to the, so I did this experiment through 2 days because I didn't have the time, and I came back at the exact minute I had to give back the bike, and I was actually 2 hours away from here. So yeah, I had a good timing instinct. Okay, so that's it for the introduction. And now the first shrine. So the first shrine I go, this shrine on the website, I have mapped everything. So now everything is mapped. This is the first shrine, and the video you will see now. And I put the place and date and time. So now this is mapped, and through technology also, because I'm posting the video online. So this is a commitment also, because I commit to post the video even if whatever happened in the experiment. So this is part of the magic. I'm using social network to consecrate the place, to consecrate the map, my phone, and anyway, all of this magic. Okay. So this shrine, I just go there really randomly, but I start to understand that because I committed already in my energy, everything has been already prepared and mapped by the gods, the energies, the subconscious, and yeah, everything will match and work perfectly. So the first Sephira, which is okay, I will just put the video. So this shrine, the 2 fox. Yeah.
Shrine, I use the skill breathing here. And the wind, this is the wind that gave me the revelation, because as soon as I commit to put the money into the box, the wind was breathing so hard. So it gave me the revelation that, well, after some time of breathing, that everything was already there, that I don't need to... I was looking for, some kind of excitement to do something, but the excitement is already there, because looking for excitement was already exciting, because I'm moving my body to go to this shrine, random shrine that I don't even know. So that means I'm already excited. The simple fact that I'm moving means I'm already well alive, and I need to focus on that instead of focusing on seeking something. So this is a revelation of this shrine, and I hope I can go deeper into that, and I will see what's next.
Yeah, so I look a bit tired on this video, but it's true, I was tired. And you begin an experiment like that, you don't know what will happen. But I was happy to see that the wine was responding. Clearly a lot of wine came up at this moment. As soon as I put the coin into the box, really, it's commitment into the matter responds, the elements respond. And it was making sense that I start with the wine, because this is Keter, this is the first Sephirah of the Tree of Life. Yeah, here. So this is the wine, the first Sephirah. And so it was making sense. And I will just keep going like that, getting message, because by doing my playing my skills, all of the skills can give you a message, can help you communicating with anything or shrine or whatever. So every time I will just get a message. This is an obligation. I will have a message every time, and I will just follow the flow, follow the path. And yeah, so I just go to the next shrine, and let's see what happens. And you will see it will every time it was corresponding to the energy of the Sephiroth, and every time there is another step, until I start to understand so much more things. So the next shrine was this one, another shrine not far from there. Yeah, I will also show in this video the maps still. So I will show everything at the same time. So here are the 10 shrines I made. I started here, made 2 other one here, so 3, 4. This day I stopped there, I came back to my place, and then 5, 6, 5, 6, and then 7, 8, 9, 10, like that. And yeah, I will just show all the name. Okay, so here are all the names, so that makes the link that consecrate with this video. That's it. So people can do this if they want. Yeah, and okay, let's see the next video. This shrine, which is about stability, it's always important to look at the information about the building, because one small word can bring you the realization actually. And I realized it was connected to that part, because it was connected to the earth, and I felt the energies from my feet. And my question was what I'm supposed to do next, because it's not quite clear in my head. And I had the realization that maybe I was supposed to travel. Maybe my quest in Japan, or at least Izumo, is finished. And actually, based on what I was willing to do, it's maybe finished. And then the question is, what am I looking for? So what will be the next quest? And the quest is actually that, what am I looking for? So let's see what it brings to me. And because it's about traveling, that's why I realized it was this. Because the earth, the message was like the earth is supporting me, it's the same no matter where I go, because I'm a bit attached to Japan because I love it so much. But no matter where I go, I can do the same thing. So that's the lesson. Yeah, so it's actually true, because this experiment, part of the goal of it was that I can conquer entire cities with my energy, and that I can just do it anywhere, because once you understand this with a city, all the cities of the world are basically the same. So shrines are only in Japan, but I can do this. I understood after this experiment I can do this in many other ways. The shrines were kind of my permission slip to do it, my what I was connecting the most at this moment, but it gave me another door, it opened onto another door. So yeah, and I could feel pretty amazingly the energy coming through my feet. Every shrine was giving me different experiences like that. The wine, the wind, the earth energy through my feet, many things like that, and my rituals were helping, everything was aligning, it was so perfect. So now the third one. The third one I only took a picture, it was really lost and in a mountain. I mean, it was so hard to get there by bike. My legs were starting to hurt at this moment. I only took a picture and I made a video after on the way. I went to 3 shrines yet here. There are 3 little shrines here. Let me show you. This one, okay, nothing to show, but 3 little shrines here, and I realized it was connected to this because I was literally climbing a mountain. It was so high, the last one, and it looked like it was just the void. It was connected to the earth. And it looked like it was a complete fractal with the 2 other ones, because I did the first one and the 10th one, so the 5th one in the middle made sense. And it was about humans also. Where is it? Oh no, this one, sorry. This one. So connected to humans, the earth. And it was like the smallest fractal of the previous one. And here we have a beautiful sun right now. As soon as I got my revelation, well, I'm shining. As soon as I got my revelation, the sun started to shine again. Wow, so bright right now. It's crazy because it's so cold here. It's very rare to have sun those days. So, yeah, and love and humans. And I realized that my next quest is doing something that I'm ashamed about based on humans. And yeah, and this night I got visions about some stuff. I won't explain this in this video, but I finally got the explanation of this right now. Just right now, going to the Izumo shrine, which is the biggest one. I already went there. Maybe I will make another video about this. So the biggest one, which is talking about human relationships. So it makes perfect sense. I was just going previous shrine, it was about humans, and now it's like I'm going to a shrine which is all about relationships and connections and stuff like that. So it's like the question I had in the previous shrine is answered on the road to the other shrines. So it's working perfectly, and I got all the revelations for today. Now it's only fun. I understand what this day is all about and what will be my next quest. So yeah, it's perfect. Yeah, so this is where I start to understand even more clearly that the elements respond to me. The sun was clearly shining on me. Just at this moment I am doing the video, just at the moment I got the revelation, it was all the time like that. And I understand the next quest, which is about finding nakamas for the next quest, next experiments, finding people basically. And yeah, understood that, and I understood it through the vision I got the night before. So maybe I will talk about this in the next quest, obviously, but let me just explain you a little bit because this is interesting for this video also. So it was about the Kabbalah 3. So as I'm saying here, the Kabbalah 3 is an item I channeled. I channeled this Kabbalah 3 by myself, and even the branches here that correspond to the 22 Hebrew letters, I know what they correspond about, and what I channel is matching actually what the letters want to say and the energy of the letters. And I know it works like a video game, like this is like actions you could do in a video game, and it's matching different things. But I didn't make quite the link with other things yet. And I understood that what was important is not the Sephiroth actually. The Sephiroth, because right now I'm doing magic through the Sephiroth in a city. So each part of the city I'm making it match with Sephiroth, like that. But what was the most important is taking this action. Those action I'm taking are the one who decide what is the next Sephiroth I'm going to encounter. This was the key, because if I'm starting the other way, I'm overthinking. If I'm starting the other way, I'm thinking first and acting later. And life doesn't happen this way. You act first, you think later, because you need to commit into the matter. You need to pass the test of faith every time. Every time you want to reveal something new, you need to put it right into the matter. You need to go all the way down. You cannot just stay here and think. So, and this was the key, because it gave me also the key with human relationships. I was struggling, I was like over calculating, but human relationships are so flowy actually. It's just like, okay, you're flowing, doing an action, and this gives you the next door, this gives you the next quest, even between humans. And by the way, those Sephiroth correspond to humans, actually my own parallel realities, life, or whatever you want to call it. And yeah, so it works like that, and it gave me many other revelations. So the 22 paths are very important, and I realized on this trip, on this path between the two shrines, I realized very clearly that I was actually on one of those paths, and this is where I got the revelation. I got the revelation because I was on one of those paths. Sorry, it's moving at the same time, but so because I was on one of those paths, this is where I got the revelation, not because I'm in the Sephiroth. And this was clearly showing another thing, that it was showing that the shrine, because they know already before I got there that I'm going there, the shrines are communicating together, following my own projections, because it's already committed into the matter. And so I can talk, I can have telepathic experience with the shrines, so that like the shrines can talk with me throughout the entire city. So it's not a phone communication, it's clearly energetic communication through the entire city, and guide me through the city at a distance, because I already put the right Sephiroth. So because I did that, remember, those are letters. So letters are used for what? To communicate. So because I already committed into the matter which place is what, I have a link, I have a connection point. I have even a communication protocol for the city to talk with me. And because I'm committing to the city, I'm going to each part of the city to connect, pay respect, pay the coins also, and commit into the matter, and connected it to the matter, heaven and earth. They can communicate with me. I established a protocol, and this protocol, the Kabbalah 3, is working very well, because this is connected to human nature. So if I use any protocol, it's a bit harder, but using the protocol of Kabbalah and nature and shrines, you can be sure to connect. So this is what happened. This is what I understood there, and it gave me the next quest. It gave me also a lot of revelation about the result of this, what will be the result of this quest already, because I was starting to understand there. So there we are already in the, I already made 3 Sephiroth. Even if this is not in this order, we already made 3 Sephiroth. So we're already starting to manifest. Not really, but starting. So on the way from the 3rd to the 4th, because the 4th is the beginning of the Pin, is the beginning of the emotional world, so there's the physical, the body. On the way to this Sephira, we can say it like this, even if it's not in the same order, because it's non-linear, so it doesn't matter. On the way to the 4th Sephira, I started to understand what will be the end of the experiment already. But I still need to do the process until the end to manifest it fully into the matter. Understand? So everything that was happening during this experiment was following perfectly the Kabbalistic principles that are explained about the Kabbalah 3. And I didn't even force it. It just happened through my own body, through me, because I was doing it in the city. Just like in ancient temples, use the rituals in the temples, and things happen in your own body. But here I'm building the temple in an entire city. I'm building it myself, because I'm choosing it. I'm communicating, I'm negotiating with the city, basically. And I'm doing, of course, what's the most adapted and connected, but it's just like that. At some point you have to choose. And that shows that everything is possible, because I went to, you see on the map it's not I wanted initially, because this exists on Earth. Some places I have done that. I've found places on Earth where they've made much different power spot with Fibonacci spiral, or even some geometric patterns and whatever. And I think there are some places, I didn't verify it, but there are some places that are built on the Kabbalah tree. But here it's clearly not the case. You can see this is not a Kabbalah tree at all. This is not even a correct form. But because everything is in the mind, and this shows this that everything is in the mind. Because everything is in the mind, no matter what I do on the maps, on the earth, and in the matter, doesn't matter. It will still follow the geometric form that is in my mind, because my mind is more powerful than the matter, is over the matter. This is another proof of that. I'm explaining that since a long time. So because it's over matter, no matter what I do, if I connect it inside, it's in us. So like this. And yeah, so that's what happened. So every time it was matching perfectly. When I see back my videos and stuff, I realized even more how perfectly precise it was based on the Kabbalah tree, how perfectly matching it was. And yeah. So this was the third one, and I was so happy with this one, because when you start the experiment, you're really in the fog. You don't know what you're doing, what will happen. You're just starting something new. But here I was feeling so amazed and good again, because I understand. So now the next one, which is the Taisha shrine, the biggest shrine here, the most important actually. I mean, for people, but depends. Yeah, pictures I took and the video.
Motaisha, and it was clearly, I used this skill, this one. So the 6th Sephirah, and this skill gave me a lot of revelation. And I got all the revelations already, like I said earlier. And I feel much calmer, much more peaceful. And yeah, the revelation is basically that you are so free. We are so free. It's just, what do you want to amplify in life? Life works in resonance, so whatever is happening to you is just because of resonance, not because of you. And when you reach this state, it's like, where do you want to put your energy? What do you want to amplify the most? Because whatever you need will happen anywhere, anytime, because you're at this level. Anything can resonate with you because you're so big already. It's just like this shrine. And you're so adaptable to everywhere that, because your energy is so, I don't know, adaptable, that you can resonate with everything. Your consciousness is very much extended now. So it's just, what do you want to amplify? What do you want to put your energy? What do you want to love? Proactively and more. And this is the next commitment. The fractal of what I just did. So all the energy I created, all the love I made today should just be amplified. But the real question is, what do I really want to amplify? Because I plan to go to more shrines, but I don't know if I will have the time, because my bike, I need to give back the bike before 5 and it's already 4. But I don't know if I need this time, because now, yeah, I did a small fractal, 4 shrines, and I realized through other revelation that it was microfractal of if I do the entire 3. So it's like, it goes back to the question, it loops back on this. What do I want to amplify? More shrines? Or more trips? More, I don't know, temples, more activities, more what? Doesn't matter much, and now I'm free because I had so much bread of shame to do activities not coming from my own frame, but I removed this bread of shame through all my work. And so what's next? What do I want to amplify? That's the question, the next quest.
Yeah, so you can see here I'm doubting, I'm starting doubting a bit because and this is the fourth Sephira. So the fourth Sephira is all about commitment. So when you commit fully something, you experiment, you this is where you have the most doubt. I'm starting doubting because I have to give back the bike in 1 hour. I'm clearly very far from the place, and I wonder if I will do it again the day after, because I'm already so tired, and yeah, a lot of things like that. But there is no reason actually. It's a doubt before the breakthrough, like I wrote, because this is the first Sephira. It's always like that. So it's very interesting and important to know the Kabbalah tree, because you know where you are, you know what's happening exactly. You're in the first Sephira. This is where you will have this test and stuff like that. But on the moment you cannot see. You have the veil. You're veiled on that moment because you need to go through the experience, the process, and the game. You know, you need to play the game. So yeah. And after this, I went back to my place to give back the bike, and I felt pretty not so good actually, because I knew I didn't commit my experience fully. I didn't finish it, and I thought maybe I have to do something else. I don't know if it worked. I got the revelation already, so I know what I will do next. I know my next quest already, so I'm like, okay, maybe I should work on this, and this is already finished. And my night was still a miracle, because this was confirming my experiment that it was working. So that's why, no, that's not why, but the day after I was also more comforted in the fact that it was working, so I did it with even more enthusiasm. But I would have done it anyway. But the night, like I was saying before, my subconscious really established a connection thanks to my projection. The projection I've made until now, so you see, until now I've linked the elements, I linked the Sephirot with the different places. The different places were giving me the revelation in the real time, in a quantum way. And I knew now I had already 4 Sephirot. And I had dreams this night where my subconscious projected 4 different things of my life that are personal and that were matching those energies. And it showed me really different stuff from usual, like those energy had changed. Because through my process of because this is another thing, through the process of going from one shrine to another, you're doing something energetic. You remember the 22 paths? You're taking some action. This action has an impact from one Sephira to the other. And because this is also projected into your subconscious, so me, on my own life, in my own body, because it is also projected, that means you're doing this on the maps of the world, but you're also doing this on some part of yourself. Understand? So you're changing your life through some occult process that you don't even know what's happening. But in the night, and that's why also I knew I could make this experiment. And all the nights before this experiment, by the way, my nights were becoming much more stable and different, so that I can do the dream magic. Dream magic means that I will remember my dream and channel my dreams to know what they want to tell me based on my days and the next day and the previous day. I receive message like this. And so doing the dream magic during the night, I had the messages that were coming from the projection I did during the day. And thanks to those projections, I knew what I did on my own body and life, what reality had changed, what was the occult process I made during the day. And even deeper than that I realized after, but even deeper than that, if you can do that, so if you're at this level, I don't have any more colors. Okay, this one. If you're at this level, that means you start to map the map, which I'm doing now, and which I did already. I'm going further with the 22 pass now, but that means you can know how the shrine communicates between each other, what is the path linking them, because you know now which sephiras are correspond to. And so if one day you want to change something into your life, you want to change this part of you into this part of you, you go back there, you do, I don't know, this path because you want to change from here to there or something, you do the actions that correspond to that, and you will change your life through an occult process without even touching your life, without even touching the people of your life, and through borrowing extreme powers from the gods, from things, in very much more connected manner, very precise way. So during the night, oh, everything went away. Okay, during the night anyway, I saw the projection, I understood the message, I understood what's happening. Many things in my life changed. Many parts of me changed. Just because I worked on a map, basically. I did bike. Just because I went from one shrine to another, projecting with my thoughts, I changed my reality. That's how powerful the mind is. And the body, of course. But that's how powerful. So right now I'm explaining deep stuff. I think you can watch it again to understand more, because this is really the core of the experiment. And I started to understand that now through the night. So having stable nights is important for this experiment also, because it will communicate with you. Like, this is two parts experiment. So yeah, another thing I need to talk about, but this is important. So like this. Now we go on to the next day. So the next day I go straight into the morning, because usually I do routines. I do some yoga, I do some stuff. This time no routines. I have so much weight of shame because I didn't finish my experiment. I want to go for it. I want to finish it. And I was literally crying a bit in the best of love, of course, not really sad, but releasing energy, because I was in such a fog, especially after this night. I was in such a fog. I didn't know if I had to finish it, what is the goal of all of this, what will happen and stuff like that. And I just surrender. Here on this shrine. I just surrender. So this is a shrine next to Izumo. I just go back to where well, actually I will just put the video. I'm explaining everything already. So this shrine, beautiful one. And yeah, this is a presentation if people want to see it, talking about the gods here and what's happening. Is very cool. Okay, I'm in this shrine right now. This is the 5th one I'm doing. Vintage map behind me. And I had a strong feeling it was related to water. I don't know if we hear me because there is so much wine, but I had a strong feeling it was related to water. And I was right. Here, water element. Well, it's in the sea, so but I didn't even make the link. I didn't even know it was in the sea. But yeah, it's related to that. And so I made this kit, and actually it was matching perfectly. And such a miracle happened. Yeah, so you see. So the box to put the money is here. And we were all gathering here, like people and me were gathering here. And suddenly, like, I understood something here. And I understood that, yeah, about unworthiness, like accepting yourself. I realized that I needed to feel worthy to give to people, but giving is unconditional. If you feel unworthy of something, well, you are worthy already, because this is your giving. And now there is a sun shining. You're always worthy of what you want, because this is not what you want and receive, this is also what you give. Being there at this space and time that you want is also giving. There is a cooperation happening. So I don't know how it works exactly. I need to meditate a bit more about that. I guess the process will get clearer, but this morning was all about that. About letting go. I didn't even do my routines this morning so much. I went outside straight ahead because I needed to finish my process of yesterday. And by the way, the experiment worked. It worked in a
stranger. Every time I make an experiment, the result is not the one I expect, of course, because otherwise this is not an experiment. But I'm just keeping going. This is a shrine next to the one I stopped yesterday, and I will keep going like that. And yeah, a feeling of acceptance, a feeling of deep love and acceptance. And then the water rushes onto me, and it comes until there. And I had to run from there to there. But I didn't run so fast, but I was the one for which the water was the further. Yeah, this is the peak. And this is what, as soon as I realized that, so I saw the answer from the gods, and they did something very cool also. They made a virtual reality, I don't know, presentation or game, I don't know, where you can, because this is where the gods, this shrine is where the gods come. Well, I won't tell the whole story here, but, and this is pretty impressive stuff, and yeah, we'll take a picture of this.
Yeah, so the water actually doesn't look that much impressive here because it's only a picture, but when it happened, I was literally starting to cry of my revelation, and the water really rushes into me, and I opened my eyes just at this moment. I was not even conscious of what was happening, and it was really amazing, and it was clearly a sign. And so, yeah, you might doubt, you might say, oh, is it me who's doing that or not, but don't doubt. When you will see what happened after, I mean, at this point, you cannot even doubt. You had so many signs, so many things, and you can feel the energy in your feet, in your crown, everything is so perfect, and the elements correspond to what you put in your table previously, and you don't even know it beforehand. The experiment, the skill I'm showing here, which is called occult consecration, I was doing it by intuition on the street before coming here, and the street far away from there. I was like, I have the feeling to do that now. And I knew this will be related to the next shrine. And I didn't even look at my table, but it was water, and it was corresponding to the water element, and it was corresponding to this shrine, and to the miracle that happened with water. And it's all perfectly related and connected. So yeah, you are at the cause of all of this, and it's cooperation, it's quantum, but yes, you have to believe how powerful you can be, and see the proof and the experiment. Okay, and I suggest that if you want to know more about the story of the Japanese gods here, you can go on what I show you. So yeah, this was pretty insane, and I felt so much love at this moment. Like this morning, I was surrendering so much and releasing so much. I felt so much love for the Japanese people and everyone actually. I just wanted to give love. I didn't know how to do, but doing this video was the way actually, because for the first time I made a video and I'm talking a lot about unworthiness. But yeah, I'm someone who makes a lot of effort to feel worthy of things or to earn things, but see how life works also. But this is the game. But this time I had to release something old, which is I can go on to the next quest of my life, the next step. I don't need to put on so much work to get things. And doing this video was pure sharing, was pure giving for the people who wants to watch it or not, doesn't matter, but it came from my heart, and I never do that actually. I don't do this kind of thing. I'm always overthinking more than that, not over, but thinking more than that. And yeah, I was feeling really in unity. I wonder how to give love, and when I realized this video was already giving, I felt so peaceful. I was like, oh, that's amazing. I it's already there in the present, like usual, but it was amazing. So after the water was the fifth one, and I go to the sixth one, and this is where things, because okay, so now the Kabbalah, you will see how everything is so connected, interrelated, and quantum and perfect. So this was the fifth sephira, okay. This fifth one here, the water element. It's not the water element in the three, but here in the experiment, the water miracle. Now I'm going to the sixth one. So it's not in this order that happened, like it's not mapped in this order, but it doesn't matter. I can show it to you here right now because it's a path I made also. all orders match. It's just what is the best one to explain something or to do something in the present. The sixth one, sixth shrine, is the heart. This is the heart of the Kabbalah tree. After the heart, everything that happened after the heart is always the manifestation on a much deeper level, because here the commitment happened to manifest. You commit into the matter here. After you have some test, every sephira you have a new test and stuff. And after the hurt, everything that happens is the manifestation. So once you come here, once you succeed to come here in your manifestation, in your life and stuff, in your challenge, current life, current challenges, current quest, things will start to happen. And in a much more passive way. It's not like you have to do something. Like here is a lot about action. Action, especially here. Action. Here it's coming to you. You still do action, but it's also coming to you at the same time. And especially here, you just receive. And so this is where you will see now why much more manifestations happen, much more things happen with the elements. And I was grateful to take 2 days to do that, because if I did that the evening before, I don't know what would have happened. Of course, would have happened in some ways, but I would have been very tired and also stressed because of the bike. So it will not be, because I need to meditate, I need to apply my skills, I need to do the rituals. So no. So yeah, now you understand. You will understand why it's not even me who decides. It's me and not me at the same time. It's me and everything in the universe. It's unity. What will happen next? So the water shrines, and here I had a strong feeling also it was connected to lightning. I think I will explain in this video, but this was the god of lightning, and this shrine. Yeah, it's important that I took pictures and that I show it in this video, because this is part of the magical experiment. Without using social media and pictures and the video, the experiment is not complete. So it's important that I do that. I'm not doing that only for showing like that. And it also explains how people, this is very important stuff I will say now, also explains how people are using such a huge and intense magical tool, which is the phone technology, which is very high vibrational magical tool. People still don't understand that. To do nothing. Posting a picture of what you ate yesterday because you were happy to eat. But really, with this, you can do the same thing outside. It will be the same thing. This is what I did. You will see after I take a picture, you will understand. I take random pictures like a tourist. But no. From me, it's coming from such a deep source. I'm doing this to conquer an entire city. It's clearly an occult process to channel the elements, have control over the elements, conquer an entire city. It's not control, but manifest with the elements, cooperate with them, and do things and level up. Deep in the level of my soul is very deep. On the other side, it looks the same, but people, this is to show also how the protocols, the frame behind what you do is much more important than what you do. Actually, what you do has no importance. You can do whatever, it has no importance. But the energy, the frame from which you come from, your non-reactivity behind, and all the Kabbalistic principles that are behind it is much more important. The soul, the energy, everything comes from there. So you just have to master that. Outside, doesn't matter, it's just the consequence. So it's perfect that I say that for the 6th Sephira, because after the 6th Sephira, like I said, it's consequences. Most of it. The polarity are shifting, because this is the heart. The heart is the middle of the body. After the heart, things shift. Polarity is inverse. So, this is what I will say in the video. It was pretty intense actually. This one. This is where there is the thunder god. And right now, okay, it's raining. It's raining, literally. Like, how crazy is that? Every time I do a temple, the elements react. I'm not even kidding. And let me show you. Before going to this temple, so this one. Before going there, I got many revelations that I will say on another video. I will make a short video because now it's raining, but I had the intuition it will be this skill, and it's related to lightning. And I didn't even know what god was there. There was a QR code on the shrine. Even looking on the internet, it was not written. There was a QR code on the shrine that tells me it's about the thunder god. And
there was no QR code on other shrines, by the way. So it's actually crazy. And it's all about my current quest actually. It answers perfectly, and I unlocked a new skill about telepathy, and I understood many things. And I will explain what is the result of this current quest. But basically it all worked perfectly because this god is all about reorganizing society without touching it. So he has to get the power from another god, and he will rule from the heaven and not touching what already exists, because before the old myths were about destroying everything. Wow, so beautiful. Sun. I don't even see. Wow, the sun and the rain at the same time. There will be a rainbow. Even better than lightning. So the heaven, I was talking about heaven. Anyway, I'm getting carried. But yeah, it's kind of crazy and related to all the quests I'm doing, so I will do another video about that. And again, it just stopped. The rain just stopped. I stopped the video, it just stopped. It's really, it's out of this world.
Yeah, so you can see that the miracles intensify, like I was saying. And I didn't even finish the story about the god. I was so amazed by the elements. But the story of the god is that yeah, this one, instead of destroying everything and rebuilding everything like before, like the usual stuff, he's ruling without touching anything. And this is, yeah, clearly related to this experiment, which is about telepathy, but telepathy is much deeper than that, which is like, okay, I'm clearly mapping a map and consecrating an entire city. It's kind of big actually. I'm consecrating an entire city and mapping a map with energies, elements, and my own body. And if I could do that with other humans, it would be insane actually. But without touching anything, because the mind is over everything, over matter. It's more powerful than anything. So I don't need to change the shrines. I don't need to build shrines. I don't need to do anything. I can just decide from myself, projecting the correct frame, reality, communication protocol, pattern, geometric form. If I do this right, it's enough. I don't have to touch anything. I can still have connection and power over the environment and the entire place. And this is exactly what all this god is about. And also it helped me a lot about my feeling of unworthiness, because this is something I always thought doing. I always made things this way. It's not about destruction anymore in this era. So it's like, but this god is explaining this so clearly. It's clearly what's happening, and this showed me that what I was doing was not weird. It was just the truth actually. What was good to do, like using what's already there and just mapping it in another way to make it work in another way, or channeling the different energies in a better way. But that's it. No need to destroy. And so yeah, if you apply the correct pattern, correct map, and I mean, you can just choose. You can have, yeah, you can control the reality. I have to say that you can control the reality. You can just choose what is doing what, who is doing what, which place is corresponding to what, through the map. So through this Kabbalah tree, but this Kabbalah tree and this Kabbalah tree, which gives resonant maps, which gives element, which gives maps, which gives place to consecrate and stuff. Okay, you see all the links there. So yeah, you can decide, and you have that much power. So yeah, it was all about that, and this is exactly the experiment I was doing, and I felt so connected. I didn't stay so long in a shrine, except this one. I stayed so long in this shrine, even if it was cold, and this was for a reason, because I was connected so hard to this. And yeah, the lightning god, I was not even knowing it was there. It's a small shrine behind, like on the top of the hill that is behind all those big shrines. I mean, the biggest one, which is Izumo, and nobody goes there. But it's clearly one of the most powerful. And so, yeah, I was amazed, and you see the elements start responding. And so, this shrine was a lightning shrine. Yeah, wrote it here. Was a lightning shrine. And at this moment, I start to pray and think about manifesting lightning. But like, lightning for what? Because lightning doesn't sound so appealing. You would prefer some sun, right? And by the way, every time I was talking, having a real sense, the sun shines, it was amazing. But but clearly just after it happened. And I will show it just after. And yeah, between those two shrines, before going to the next one, I did another shrine. I was like, okay, what is the next one I choose? I already chose ones on the map, but I was tired. I was feeling like doing maybe the ones that are closer to here and not going back to the place and stuff. But I started to do one, and it was just about healing the body. It was not so deep, and it healed my legs actually, not completely, but clearly. I went up the mountain, it was hurting so hard, I go back down, I don't have anything so much. And it was about healing the body and purifying the vessel and stuff like that. So I didn't choose it, and I decided to clearly finish my experiment just like I wanted to do it first and commit fully until the end. This is very important because the more you go to the end, the more you're like, oh, okay, it's finished, but it's not finished until you go to the 10th Sephira. So like this, yeah, I unlocked a lot about unworthiness, leadership, and yeah, telepathy. I think this experiment also will open so many doors about telepathy and communication, because it shows clearly that if you just have the right protocol or anything that communicate with you. And this, yeah, I also had the intuition to do the morphing skill before going there. Once again, the two last shrines, I had the intuition to do the skills way before going there. I didn't even know what the shrines were about. I didn't even look at it. So it's like the city. I start to realize that the city is communicating with me, and this is what I will explain here. So I'm doing telepathy with the city at this point, and everything is communicating with me. It's not even me. I'm not thinking. One of the rules to understand with the mind is that thoughts are thinking about you. You're not thinking your thoughts. Thoughts are thinking about you. Keep that in mind, because this is very important. So here I will show everything in the video. I won't show the image here, because you will understand.
About this shrine. Is this a shrine or not? Good question. This is a shrine I found in a commercial center. So on my way on doing this pilgrimage, I just had the intuition that I should go there in this commercial center because I love this. And why I had this intuition is because the skill I had the intuition to use, and I was so right. The skill I had the intuition to use at this moment was this one, because this was one of the one left. So this one, for this skill, you need to, well, basically commit to a collective consciousness that you don't know. So shrines cannot do it really. And I was like, okay, I will go to a commercial center because I love it and I never visited this one. So I jumped into this portal and committed to it by ordering food, basically. I don't know if I have the... Yeah, I took picture especially for that, so I have to show it. Yeah, this was what I was a shrine, and the food I bought. So this also is a magical process. In a certain way, if you do it right from inside, it can become one. And I was like, going on the way, again, the telepathic sense activates, because I was like, so first of all, on the way I had the realization this will be the subject of the next quest, but that I will need teammates to do my magic, because it will be way more powerful. And this appears in front of me just at this moment, really. I'm not even kidding. And 2 times on the way, this was the second time. The first time was in the street, so it has nothing to do with that. And so this is basketball. And then, before going into the commercial center, I was like, oh, okay, maybe there is a shrine in this commercial center. If there is a shrine, that means the experiment is an absolute success. And there was one. I go upstairs and there is one shrine. So this is a fake shrine, of course. This has nothing to do with shrines, but still, it's like a clear sign of the experiment working. And so yeah, I apply this skill. And so that's how my 3 is complete. And I'm making this video afterward because I clearly didn't think to make the video here at this shrine. It was a bit more funnier, but this is part of the experiment, and yeah, I will explain more in the full video.
Yeah, so exactly as I said, yeah, and you see what I was saying earlier, that people can take pictures of what they ate yesterday just to post this on Instagram to, I don't know, to show what, yeah, I don't know what they want to do. But me, when I take this picture here, actually connecting. Oh yeah, I don't even know in which frame I am. I'm doing meta stuff, meta magic. When I took this picture, for me, you can see how a simple thing in the universe, a sandwich, for me, it's a big magical experiment that will manifest elements and lighting and stuff and make me a god. You know, for other people is that, oh, I'm eating a sandwich because I'm hungry. So you understand now something very important, that it's not about shaming anyone, it's just about how we could give birth to like a generation of very strong spiritual person or magician or whatever using technology. Like, this is so deep. All the protocols and rules I'm building now, like, people could earn so many powers and become king and queens just by taking pictures. Really, can have so many superpowers, a bit like in Jujutsu Kaisen. I don't know if you watch it or no, but this guy, I mean, anime creator, manga creators are so, for me, they are just literally prophets. Many things in this experiment relates to anime, and oh yeah, I should do another video about that. This is very important stuff actually. But yeah, in GGK there are two girls who have magical powers using their phone, exactly what I'm showing now in reality, and taking pictures like that. And other characters have this kind of powers also, and it's very deep because this is the truth. This is what I'm showing now, and so you can see what we can do, how the world can be so fascinating, so amazing. Not something like you are just a zombie of life, I don't know what you're doing. Not thinking like an NPC. We're not here to be NPC, we're here to be gods. So this shrine in the commercial center act as a shrine. I know commercial center or big places like that act as power spot also. There is no, it's not like it's placed on the leyland or stuff like that. We don't care about that, but it's a power spot. There are so many people, so many energy concentrated here, so that's it. And I really explain here, yeah, how the telepathic sense start to make sense and appear to me. And yeah, the city is starting to communicating with me in a clear way. How can I have the intuition that there will be a shrine in a commercial center while I'm doing a pilgrimage and using this as part of my pilgrimage? Nobody will do that. It's just because I'm communicating with the city. And there is no chance that there is a shrine in the commercial center, and it was not a big one. No chance. So you start to understand now, through many examples, how it works and how amazing it is. So the seventh one, so now we are, oh, I don't know if, yeah. So it's like we are in the seventh one. Seventh one is also interesting because it's, yeah, about people and stuff. Well, doesn't matter to explain that. But it was corresponding to the energy of this video. And then we are getting closer to the full manifestation. And so 6 was already amazing. 7's also amazing because it clearly shows, yeah, it clearly manifests the skill I'm earning through this experiment. This is what I'm earning here. Like the reward, you know, like in a video game, reward of the quest. The skill you're earning after that is clearly there. And it started to appear clearly to me, and yeah, it was cool. I can do so many things with that. I don't know what I will do next, but it's infinite. That's why having people who, I don't know, giving this value, this technology to people, those protocols to people is like, wow, I can't even imagine if many people are on this, what they can do. It's infinite, just like in GGK. It's like you can have many characters. Right now I'm the only character. I'm the only character in my video game now. But I don't care because I know this is the truth. I know this is the truth and this is so amazing. So yeah. But now all of this is also about co-op now. So I'm cooperating with gods. Other humans, let's try, let's see. So yeah, like that. And now we're going deeper into the manifestation after the skill, and it's going to be even crazier. So like that. So this shrine then that was connected. So this shrine, I will just show the video because there is nothing to add. I was starting to be confused.
You hear the sender. I'm keeping my trip going, and I prayed for sender just before. This was the last shrine. And I have sender now. And I'm in a shrine now about the mountain god. And I don't know which skill it's related to, but I think I will think later because now it's a bit lightning here. Clearly, I don't know. I'm doing elemental process. I don't know what's happening. I mean, I know because I'm doing it, but wow. So mountain. We go to the sky. Next shrine. I know this is this one. What is? Oh yeah, mountain. So this is this one. So the lake, calm and peace. Yeah. So yeah, weird things are happening. I asked the rain to calm down. It calmed down actually. Now I have thunder. I don't know. I need to understand how elements are working together because my magic is doing crazy things. I will help Japan. Oh my god. Okay, see you.
Actually, it was even more crazy than this video because in the video we don't hear, and I take the video like, I don't know, maybe 10 seconds. I was struggling. It was so cold, so I was stuck. I went outside of the commercial center. I was stuck outside because of the rain. It started to rain so hard on me, and the wind also was crazy. I think I could fly actually. It was maybe even dangerous. But I stopped in the street. I say like, I was like, oh, this is the end of the experiment. I will go back to the commercial center, but I'm like, no, I know this is the test of commitment because those are the last Sephiroth. And I'm like, oh no, but this is me manifesting that. I understand that at this moment. And at this moment, I ask the rain to stop so I can go to the shrine, keep going on to my mission. And it doesn't stop, but it calms a lot because I could not even keep walking, really. I stopped in a corner of a building. I hide myself where there was no wind. And I can start walking again. And it was, I could take my camera off, and because I could not take my phone off because too much rain. And I could take my camera. I rushed into the shrine. It took me a long time to find it. It was a bit hidden, and this was really a test. And I go there. I take a picture quickly so I can do my process and ritual. And as I say, I don't understand fully how it connected to this element, to the lake element, and the sender just before. But the sender, which was the shrine before, the two shrines before, and after the pause in the commercial center and stuff. Was just manifesting now in the mountain, and I know it was related because the Thunder Shrine was in the mountain, and I understood the link in some way intuitively, but yeah, it was related to the mountain skill, and so whatever, and and this is where it manifests. There was a lot of rain during my trip in Izumo in Japan. There was no center, never a center. And here at this moment, when I commit to the shrine, I do my ritual and process, my skill, I use my skill, the thunder clearly appeared at this moment. Behind me it's far away, it was not close, far away, but we could hear a big lightning noise. And it lasts for at least 10 seconds. I was struggling because my hands were so cold, I was struggling to film and stuff. When I take my video, and because there was so much rain, you can see at the end of the video, when I say, this is so quantum reality, because when I say I will hurt Japan, the rain rush on me, I have to stop the video because I was protected by the roof of the shrine to film the video to have no rain. Even there, the elements stopped me, and the elements reached me. Not stopped me, but reached me. I could not film anymore. It was so strong. And yeah, it was just during this moment. No lightning during the entire trip, during the entire rains, any rains, whatever. Just at this moment, lightning. And yeah, so it was clearly the manifestation of of the process I did earlier in the morning and stuff like that. And yeah, I was really confused. You can see I cannot even make the link with the element. I cannot find where I am on my phone. I'm struggling because I'm so confused. It's like a kid that discovered a new game, a new video game. And I realized I started to feel ecstatic at this moment. Even though the weather was so bad, I could have completely crashed at this moment, but I'm so committed, I won't crash. This is just a test, but I could have crashed at this moment because it felt really depressing. Like the rain, I would have go back. I could not do anything. I could not do anything. And I didn't have any bike this day. I didn't have any bike. I was just by feet, so, and then my body was flying really. So it's like, I mean, not flying, but really strong wine. And yeah, so I didn't crash down. I just kept going, and it worked. Like, it clearly manifests in a strong way. And this was the mountain gun. So now all the elements, there are only 3 Sephiroth left, including this one. So everything was starting to make sense. It was the mountain god. I didn't even know before going there, and it was matching the mountain skill, which was matching. Yeah, okay. So this skill was the skill I did, because this skill, the mountain skill, is the only skill. This skill you can only do it in the mountain, and so I did it in the mountain. Remember, I did another shrine before, like the healing shrine, before leaving the Izumo place, Izumo Taisha place, and I rejected it as part of the experiment. But at least I did the mountain skill. So because I did that, I realized, okay, this is related to this Sephira, because in the place I was, there were clearly no mountain, and this is the shrine I was called to go, and it was a mountain gun. So I realized it was linked, and this is linked to Thunder. And I say, yeah, I don't know how the elements work together at this moment. I'm just like, yeah, I'm doing things intuitively in an order, but clearly there is a relationship between the elements, and I'm doing real processes. I'm already doing processes. Like, you remember the 22 pass of the Kabbalah 3? You're taking action in the Kabbalah 3 in the city by projecting your reality onto it. You're clearly changing the reality around you, and the elements can only react because you're clearly doing a magical process in your body, outside your body. And at this moment, so yeah, at this moment I don't know. I don't even know which path is corresponding to what. I'm doing things randomly, but I'm shifting things. Element interact with each other. The mountain with the lightning and stuff. And I know from Daoism there are links, but it's too far from me like right now. So it's not the purpose of this video. But I would really like to understand that deeper. And there are many things to do, because the paths are, yeah, you can have an infinity of paths. So this is amazing. And when I realized I manifested Thunder, which stopped just after, really. I was feeling ecstatic, and I get back on the route, even though the weather was so bad. I was running, laughing, and screaming in the street. I was so happy. I was really feeling like, I don't know, like Luffy in One Piece, you know, when he channels lightning, or like things like that. But it was reality here. It was, yeah, I really borrowed the power of a god at this moment. I felt like a god, and I was actually. And I still am, but you understand the metaphor, you understand what I'm talking about. It's like you really are a god. You can't do stuff like that. You can channel lightning. And this was insane, and I look so confused on this video, but because I'm starting to understand. It's not like in the anime where you're like, okay, I channel lightning. No, it's like you start to understand that you're capable of doing such thing. You're just confused. So this video makes me laugh so much. And after I go to the sky shrine, like I say, only 2 Sephiroth left. I know what it was, and this shrine was talking about heavens. And so, yeah, I will explain everything you will see everything in the video once again. No need to see the images. Or maybe, yeah, just the shrine. This shrine. Alright.
Guys, I'm so done. Look at this. It was okay. It's shining behind me now. I just asked to the heavenly fire to come down. So it was all dark. There was thunder just before. The thunder stopped. The rain clearly calmed down. So I asked for it. I need to do my mission. And clearly now I'm manifesting strange things. Okay, I will keep going. I don't know what will be the end of this experiment, but it's crazy. Okay. Just finished to go to this shrine, the sky shrine, heaven shrine. Was clearly linked to this one. To this one, I use the correct skill for that. made me so present actually. Wow. And it was crazy because on the way to the shrine, once again, I made a video just before, but it was really crazy. And I even saw that I just took a picture because I was in a rush. But literally, it talks about rainbow. I was thinking in my head before I turned into the street about rainbows. There is a rainbow, and there were many things like that today. And yeah, it's clearly telepathic sense. But it's not only telepathic because after looks like Jesus Christ. The heaven really happier. So anyway, it's really real. After the rain stops, I cannot take everything into video, but it's really crazy. And yeah, so I'll do the last shrine. This will be the end of this experiment. And yeah, and telepathy is related to the conclusion of those experiments. One of the revelations that I had is that I can do, well, I will say it later. Okay, see you.
Yeah, so this is exactly what I was saying before. So yeah, the lighting was insane. Even if we don't hear it, it was insane. And then I go back on the way. I'm so ecstatic. You should imagine how I was. I was running in the street and doing weird movement to manifest things. People on the cars, I don't know. Japanese people must think I'm crazy, but like, I don't know, it's all funny because it's so fun actually. But I just ask, okay, you see, I can take this video so calmly because I was nowhere anymore. It was just after. And you see how it shifted in just a few seconds. And because I asked for it, like I clearly had power over the elements here. So once again, just like Jesus Christ was saying, but it's not Jesus Christ, it's just everyone has this power. And yeah, when I asked for the heavenly force to come down, put the sun up and calm this rain and thunder, here is what happens. It looked even more amazing in reality, but on the picture you can see. I mean, the picture is also obvious because it really looks like heaven's coming down. And it was just shining onto me. I don't know if people could realize what I was doing, but it was insane. And it was such a feeling because can you imagine someone dancing like that in the street, having mastery over the elements and playing with life's elements and love and nature and the place. It's so amazing, the world. And yeah, and here once again another example of the telepathic experience I was explaining before. And so yeah, and the Sky Shrine, yeah, it was matching once again. It was talking about that. I didn't even force anything. I didn't even watch it before, but it was all matching. So yeah, was really amazing. And here we are going to the end of the experiment. So you see, we are now in the ninth Sephira. So you clearly see how the energy changed. Each Sephira energy changed according to the exactly what they say in Kabbalah. And here now we are here, and it's clearly like manifesting a lot, and yeah, it's clearly there. And we go towards the end of the experiment. It's now finished. Looks obvious now. I will just go to the last shrine. Last shrine. So yeah. So this was a really interesting one, and I had so much fun doing this. And the last shrine, this one, all about coming down now.
This last shrine was very beautiful, and I did this exercise. Void meditation. Actually, I came here, I was already in the void. I felt a lot of fire. When I showed the shrine on maps, I felt a lot of fire in my heart because the heart is fire. So I knew instantly I had to go there. And finishing by the void meditation is so great because you just in the void, like the end of the game. And actually I didn't even need to do the exercise. I was already in the void. I felt a deep sense of unity. It was crazy. I felt so much unity with, I don't know, the world and the environment around me, and
I was feeling really great, and I understood it was the end of the experiment, and it's time to just calm down and just calm down the fire and just conclude onto this. So yeah, perfect. And I will make the full video about this later. Now we just go home. Yeah, so as he say, full video is right now, and yeah, this is finished. So you see the complete 3 has been done, and everything is matching perfectly. I think you understand. Yeah, and then to conclude, the goal of any manifestation in life or any experiment and any step is really to realize yourself. There is no I don't know, lightning god, or there is, but it's like, it's not this goal that you have to reach. It's just a consequence of your inner commitment and the fact that you go through your own breath of shame in life, that you go through your own challenges. This was my challenge at this moment. I went through it. You see how hard it was. We have a tendency to, because the deeper we go into the 3, the deeper we go to the end of the 3. Actually, I will take the 3. The deeper we go to the end of the 3, the more manifestation there is, and the more tendency we have to identify with it, because it's strongly into the matter now, and we're like, oh, this is me, this is me, this is me. And even more here, which is your ego. This is Malchut, this is the ego. And here you're like, oh wow, I'm so strong and stuff, but this is exactly where you have to stop. So this is why this last video is important, because this is the calming down the fire. This is exactly where you have to stop. At this moment I was so ecstatic, I was feeling like doing crazy things. I could, I don't know, have used the power to do anything at this moment. But this is exactly where you have to stop, because you had all your realization, it is manifested into the matter, and this is finished. That's it. So you have to not greed, not identify, and go back to the source and understand where you are. That's why this 3 is important. All the process is important. You have to understand where you are in your own challenge, your own quest, your own life. This is why all this website is so important, because it channels the quest very clearly. This is not even coming from you. This is God sending it to you. You just have to be aware of what it is. And this is very important, because it helped me realize what was my next quest. I mean, I was starting to understand it since this moment I was starting to realize, remember, that I needed people, I needed nakamas and stuff like that. This is my next quest, which is not a easy one either. It's finding people to help me on my project and stuff, or whatever. I don't know what will happen either. I have to do it. But it was to open the next door and increase and improve in my life and in my soul plan. And all this breath of shame that you have, that makes you do all those actions, all those 10 actions that we saw, is your mission. You have to do it. God will push you in this direction. The universe will compress you into that direction, so you do your action. You do it. This is your product. This is what comes out of your being as a human on this planet. And that's it. And it's come out. It's like an artwork. It came out. Now it's finished. Now you give it to the people. You give it back. This is what I'm doing with this video. And it's not yours anymore. Just like that. And you go to the next quest. That's how it works. So this is very important, because this is where people lose themselves the most. It's all proportional, you know. The closer you are to the manifestation matter, the more chance you have to lose yourself. That's why your vessel needs to be so strong. I have a very strong vessel, and I worked a lot on myself. You see all the work I did to not identify to these kind of things, but then it gives me a lot of reward also. So it's all the variables are proportional, and those variables are just the variables of Kabbalah, like breath of shame and non-reactivity and the light and stuff. That's it. So you see how to, by following very scientific, precise, spiritual, technological, scientific principles, geometrical, everything principles, you can do crazy stuff, crazy miracles. If you can do that, this gave me also removed all the breath of shame about unworthiness, because not only it gives me the next revelation, because the telepathic skill I earn up after that gives me the revelation for the 22 paths and what I have to do next. It's related. But it removed also all the breath of shame about unworthiness. If you can do this kind of things, what can you not do? You're just a god on earth, really. So yeah, it's really heaven on earth. It's just like that, and I hope people can just have the same feelings, experience inside, because it's all inside. Everything happens inside. And once again, I pay a lot of respect to the Japanese country and all those places and the Japanese people. I give back also to them, because this is crazy. This is not a small joke. Really, it's not a small joke. And I realize how big it is. I mean, I'm so small compared to all of this, but I'm at the same time so big to do these kind of things. So anyway, nothing exists, and this is the conclusion of this video. Just going back to the void, going back to the source, going back to yourself. I know myself deeper. I remove layers of me that don't serve me anymore. I go to my next level. Things like that. This is really a fun video game, but also a serious one. So take this seriously. And yeah, this is the end of this video. I hope it was fun and that it will serve people. It was for me, so that's it. Bye bye.